everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Landlord and Tenant Podmess, the only podcast that has the balls to ask the question, can a landlord and tenant be buddies? Hi, everybody. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Landlord James.
And I am your other host, and my name is Christmas Mike. I'm just saying that because this is our Christmas episode, our holiday episode. I guess I should be Holiday Mike.
Oh, here we go.
To reach out to all of the people of all faiths and backgrounds. But this is very exciting. Here we are live on YouTube with Sonar for our holiday episode. Do you notice anything unusual near me, James?
I guess you're talking about your wreath. Yeah, the other. Okay. Yes, Mike. If you're listening to this on podcast and not watching it on the stream, Mike has a very plain small wreath on his empty white wall behind his head.
Yeah, well, it's the kind of wreath I imagine they would have had on the night that Christ was born in the inn. So I don't need a fancy, I don't need a Jeff Bezos style wreath. Just something fun. You certainly haven't decorated your space.
No, Mike, I don't do Christmas. I don't do holidays. If it wasn't for stupid COVID, I can guarantee you I'd be at the club probably Christmas Day as it is. So my life doesn't change. I don't care about the holidays. Whatever.
Right.
Bah humbug. Yeah.
Yeah, Scrooge. Hey, it's something funny I realized recently. Are you familiar with the Disney classic Mickey's Christmas Carol?
Not really.
You've never seen that cartoon with Scrooge McDuck as Scrooge? And anyway, Goofy is in this cartoon as Jacob Marley, Scrooge's former business partner.
And Bob Marley's son, right?
He's in a super group with Damien and Ziggy Marley. And he is Jacob Marley, Scrooge's former business partner, who's condemned to roam the earth with chains forever for his sins. And in the Disney version, that character is played by Goofy. And he's dead Goofy. He's the ghost of Goofy. And Disney even marketed a toy of dead blue Goofy with chains on him. And I can't imagine a child, unless you're a real freak of a child, maybe if like a young Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy. Those are the only people who I could imagine liking such a toy.
Oh, fair point. Hey, can we get back to this wreath? How long did it take you to set up your decoration there, by the way?
Oh, not long at all. I got the level, I got my pencil, and I made, a few marks. I measured how I wanted it to hang. Then I got my roll of green tape. And next thing you knew, it was up on the wall.
Yes, I noticed that. And again, apologies if you're listening to this and you're not watching, but Mike's very small, very plain wreath on his empty white wall behind him is hung just with some green tape. You make me think of red green, Michael. Duct tape.
Well, if the ladies don't find you handsome, at least you can put a wreath on the wall with green tape.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. Very cool.
I know someone through friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's like apocryphal story, but I'd like to think it's true. Someone I know dated Steve Smith's son. Steve Smith, of course, played Red Green among other classic characters. And they said that during the date, Steve Smith's son mentioned quite a few times that his father was Red Green.
So, I would too.
What woman could resist?
100%. I feel like all the guys at the Possum Lodge gave off real alpha male, ultra masculine energy. They've probably all read the game.
Yeah.
So this is exciting, Mike. So if we've got people watching this stream. They're watching us. Other people are going to be listening to this on podcast. We've got comments here popping up. Darren Springer, Adrian Gunn, Tina Whitecastle. Hey, it makes me think of Harold and Kumar.
Oh, yes. The little hamburgers and the two friends.
Yes. Yes. A guy, Adrian Gunn, says he hopes that Mike hung his wreath up in a stud with his green masking tape.
Yeah, I put the tape on the wall where a stud was. Yeah.
Hey, if you're looking for a stud.
All right. James, this is our it's supposed to be our final episode of the year, a little unconventional because
Thank
we're
God.
in, video and 3D, and we're usually just in podcast form. But I wanted to ask you how you feel about doing an extra episode before the end of the year. I'm talking about a Christmas Day live spectacular, or each in our beds, snuggled in our pajamas, snacking, and we just talk about Christmas dreams and our, Christmas memories, and it could be a really fun thing. I could read some Christmas ghost stories to you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be busy on Christmas Day. So,
Okay.
no.
You have plans. All right.
Yeah.
Could be
Don't
fun.
you?
I was just going to stay in bed and snack and think about Christmas dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? You go ahead and do that. I've got other stuff to do than
All right.
podcasting on Christmas Day. But
Fair enough.
thanks for the offer. It's tempting.
Oh, someone has a sip. What are you drinking there?
It's my classic. It is absinthe, Jägermeister, and plain old water.
Right.
And gets me going, gets me pumped up to perform. It's good for the heart too. Gets that beating at a good amount. So I'm feeling good. Are you drinking anything, Michael?
I have a Toronto beer.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Tastes just like Toronto. It's very good. But how the hell has your week been going, James?
Well, great question, Mike. Guys, if you've been listening, you know that I've been very upset about this whole thing. We can't put kids on Santa's lap. Oh, wait a second. We've got a question here. We got a question.
Oh, we have a botanist on the line.
Hulbert 2 has asked, can we learn more about James's plant? I have a plant behind me. The story behind that plant is that it's kind of a sad story. A neighbor of mine, I live in Hogs Hollow, was dying, and she was like, "Oh, could you give this plant to my son?" He's like, and I'm like, "Sure, I'll give the plant to your son." But then it was like, what an ordeal. He lived like not close. He was like not at all remotely nearby. He was like in Oakville, and it was just a real pain. So I was like, you know what? What he doesn't know isn't going to hurt him. So I kept the plant. So that was an old dying lady's plant.
When did this happen?
Oh boy, a couple nights ago.
No, it's not too late to do the right thing.
Driving on the 23rd is a nightmare. Driving on the 24th is an utter nightmare. So
I hope that the poor old lady's ghost doesn't come back to haunt you and, do a sort of Freddy Krueger.
I'm the kind of freak that if an old lady's ghost came in and tried to haunt me, I'd say, "Hey, babe, you want a drink and maybe a roll in the hay?"
Really?
Why not?
Interesting. Very interesting. I always pegged you for a guy who liked much younger romantic partners, but
well, typically, but I'm open to anything.
Yeah.
Anyway,
doing it with an old ghost would be.
The ghost is young. That's the thing. The ghost is actually very young.
Right.
It hasn't been a ghost for long.
Right.
That is the same as if it's a younger woman in her body. Yeah.
Son is probably a beta. Yeah, probably.
Very true. Anyway, so we're talking about our weeks here. We got derailed, but I love it. I love the comments.
That's what Christmas is all about, just going with the
streaming,
flow,
getting comments, tech.
Yeah.
So, if you've been listening to the pod, I've been pissed that we're not allowed to put our kids on Santa's lap anymore. So I took it into my own hands. I rented a motel in the 905, and I filled it with my own Santas that I hired and I brought into this country from the Balkans. And I filled this old motel with these guys who were going to be Santas for me. And, we get the kids to meet us at an undisclosed location. We blindfold them and the parents, and we take them to the village. And we're calling it Santa's Freedom Village.
Yeah.
Anyway, ran into some speed bumps. Didn't go great. I'm going to be honest. Turns out, like, a lot of the guys I hired were ex-military.
Yeah.
And some of them were Serbian, some of them were Croatian. And it was just like, I don't know anything about this stuff. Turned out to be a mistake, and they
They're
did
like,
not all.
cats and dogs. Like, honestly,
Yeah, exactly, Michael. Cats and dogs, oil and water, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So,
like oil and water with hundreds of years of tribal grievances.
Yes. Okay, that's exactly it. So, in the end, didn't work out. We did have a few of the Santas pass away. Unfortunately, so we did cancel the Santa's Freedom Village, sadly. And actually, I did want to take a moment here on our live show to pay tribute to some of the Santas I brought over who didn't make it.
Right. So that's a nice. I often think you're a stinker, but this is very nice. So is this like are you doing this on top of the funerals? I assume you're arranging for these men.
It's in lieu of, in replacement of. I find that these days people don't. Funerals kind of passe. They're very 1998. Whereas sort of an online tribute that's very free and easy to download is much, I think, a nicer tribute, really. So yeah, still nice. Yeah. It is nice. I think it's nice. So yeah, if we could get our friend Stacy to start the slideshow here, just to pay tribute to some of the Santas we lost this year at Santa's Freedom Village. We got some music playing here. Yes, this is one of the Santas we lost, Ruvim Dobryovje, and he was a jolly old man. Turned out the guy was a hell of a shot. I'll say that. He was a hell of a shot. And Ruvim, we miss you, pal. Can we do the next guy with Santa we lost? Yes. Miroslav. This guy was a workout freak. He was doing CrossFit. The guy was probably 80 years old. He's still doing CrossFit all the time.
Yeah, you were always telling me that he was like razzing you for, skipping leg day or, eating junk food. Yeah.
And I always said, hey, your legs aren't so great. Maybe you need to do leg day, Miroslav. But lo and behold, he didn't make it from the whole Santa's Freedom Village issue. Next one, Stacy, please. Yeah. Now this guy, I love this guy. This guy was only known as Gochko. And I don't know what he did in the Balkans, but I get the sense it wasn't good, because I don't think you get to get away with having just one name unless you're pretty notorious in some way or another. It's like, he doesn't look the same, but he reminds me, like, to rock just like a one-word name, I'm thinking of Cher. Madonna. I'm thinking of Jack Hay, Madonna. I'm thinking of Prince. So Gochko definitely has that kind of vibe going on. You know what I mean? He does. Gochko, when Gochko walked into a room, you knew he walked into a room. Let's leave it at that. He had that R.I.P. It factor, as Randy used to say on American Idol. You had that wow factor, and Gochko would walk in, and you just go, whoa. What do you think Randy would say if Gochko did a performance, and there's that tense moment where you're waiting for Randy to say something? I'll tell you what Randy wouldn't say to Gochko. That's a no from me, dog. He would not say that, because Gochko just had it. He had it. And it actually really sucks that he didn't make it through the violence of Santa's Freedom Village. I will underline, in which no kids were harmed, just some of the Santas. Well, that's at least something. Yeah. Could we get the next person up there, Stacy? Yeah. Sasha Gerger. Wow. Oh, yeah. He was ripped and good looking. Very well built, and he seems to like the beach. He reminds me of Toronto's. Remember that guy, Fashion Santa? That's exactly what I was thinking. He looks like Fashion Santa. He could have been a model. I mean, this is just a candid photo he took. Great. Yeah, we got a comment there saying the good die young. This was just a great photo he took just naturally, and it's sad he was lost in a game of Russian roulette, which I don't know why they were playing it. It's like, give me a break, guys. I know PS5 just came out. Yeah. And the last one there, Stacy, if you don't mind. Yeah. Now, the last guy we lost, Jackson. Yeah. You know what? I actually think he was Canadian. So I don't know how he passed away. Maybe it was natural, but he did have a Canadian, North American sounding name. But he looks like Santa, right? He looks exactly like Santa, from his beard to his body shape to that look on his face. Yeah, that's the look when he gives you a present. Yeah. And how did he pass away? Yeah, he was actually it was a pork chop, unfortunately. So he wasn't to do with the whole Balkan divisiveness that
Right.
took some of the others, sadly.
Unless you think that God is a, what was Ivan? Was Ivan Serb or was he Croatian?
Well, Michael, as I was saying, I actually don't know, and I kind of think he maybe was just like from the GTA.
Right. Sorry.
From Stouffville.
My mistake.
Yeah. Anyway, sad still. Anyway, so to those gentlemen who gave it all to serve Santa's Freedom Village, I say thank you. And that's all I'm sort of responsible for. I hope you guys understand. RIP, absolutely. And wish you the best.
Yeah, my heart goes out to them and their families. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, how about you? How are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm my hands are shaking because I'm so nervous about what is about to happen, what I'm about to do. Because I'm about to see if I can. How does the saying go? If my mouth can cash a check that my ass made, or how does that saying go?
I don't know, Mike.
I promised about a month ago that I was going to debut an original Christmas song.
Yeah.
And it was my intention to write a Christmas song that would go down as one of the greats, a song that you'd hear every year on the radio. You'd hear it when you're doing your shopping, maybe at the grocery store or the drugstore. And I want to compete with the heavyweights. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Fairy Tale of New York, Christmas in Killarney, all the big ones. And I've done the work, and I'm about to premiere my song.
I'm excited. I mean, Mike, no offense, but you set a high bar. So, I mean, I hope the audience is ready, because you really are shooting for the moon here.
Yeah, this could ruin my career if this doesn't go well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But let me just give a bit of background on this song. Because it took a long time to get here. About a month ago, I had just this idea that I do a Christmas song that in some way was about candy cane. I had some misfires. I originally thought it'd be like a giant candy cane sort of UFO landing on Earth. Then I thought it would be something. I had like a sort of nightmarish vision of a candy cane rising from a toilet, and that was not. I just didn't think it had much, mainstream appeal. So what I did is I combined two styles of Christmas songs: a sort of popular, fun style of song, sort of like Frosty the Snowman or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, with the intense religious, message that you get in a Silent Night or a What Child Is This? And so I've come up with something, and I'd love to share it with you and the audience.
Michael, we're excited. We're waiting. Adrian Gwynn is typed here, stoked.
Can everyone hear my guitar there?
Yep. Oh, we've got a comment here that our one of our viewers here has woken up his 15-month-old. So
I woke up my 15-year-old son to hear your song.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Well, maybe one day. Okay, this is exciting. Let's do this.
Here we go. World premiere.
It's going to be Mariah Carey Part 2. Okay.
Mariah Carey Part 2. I might not look as nice as Mariah, but I like to think I could sing like her. A long time ago, a magical candy cane fell off a truck, that's right, and into a ditch. Now the children found the candy cane, and the candy cane came to life. He spoke to the children, and he said the following words. He said, "Children, you must suckle me. I'm a magical candy cane. I taste so sweet and I smell so nice. And also my name is Jason." Now the children suckled that candy cane until he was almost gone. And they began to cry when they saw he was nearly finished. But Jason the candy cane, he said, "Kids, you mustn't be sad." And he told the upset children the story of the Christ child. He said, He was born to save us from all of our sins. If we believe in Christ, we shall live forever. He said, children, I am Jason, the magical candy cane. Now, who will suckle me until I pass away? Yes, one of you must suckle me until I pass away. Thank you. Well,
Yeah.
I got through it without making any mistakes with the words or the guitar. Jason Candy Cane is a complex rhyme. Well, it's not it. Okay, very, very funny. James, I'm not interested what the rabble think. I'm interested in what you think.
Yeah. What were you going for with that? Like
As I said, yeah.
So that to you is like all I want for Christmas. Like that's your goal for that to be like Mariah, all I want for Christmas, or
it's like all I want.
Jingle Bells.
Yeah, or Christmas Tree, but with like a very powerful religious message as well. And it touches on themes of overindulgence, happenstance, all the Christmas themes.
Yeah. Well,
does it need some electronic, like a dance beat or like
yeah, like I don't know. Maybe you need to hire someone to write it, and then maybe write a version, and then maybe hire someone to sing it.
Hey, Bob Dylan didn't do the best versions of his songs, so I can see myself as the writer, selling it to
and maybe you get someone else to write it, but
yeah. What's that?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe someone else writes it.
Anyway, I'm feeling good. The people watching, maybe they'll be able to, give me some advice or guidance, but I'm feeling good, and I'm proud of myself for, I thought it was really catchy. Thank you. It's nice to get some positive reinforcement. This is some Beatles on Ed Sullivan shit. Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, boy.
Wow.
I've got the post-show,
Well, I hope not, Michael, because we're only a third through.
Yeah. Now, do you think we should do the other thing we prepared, or should we get our guest out? What do you think?
Prepared another thing? Oh, fuck. Yeah. Sorry. You're right. Well, we should probably get to the guest, right? I mean, we did damn, these intros always go longer than you think, right?
When two guys are on fire, it's hard to stick to 15 minutes. So
you know what? Why don't we see how we feel at the end of the show, and if we want to do our little thing at the end instead of
sure,
you know what I mean?
End on a segment like all the
I don't know. Let's just figure it out in front of everybody.
We could maybe do it between guests. Who knows? But
we'll figure it out. People love to look behind the curtain. They always
they
love to know the planning.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess we should then bring on our first guest. I will do a little intro here.
Yes.
She is the most famous and most, I guess, in some ways infamous Us Weekly North Pole gossip reporter, currently on the scene. She has access to some of the biggest names in Christmas and beyond. Without any further ado, let's welcome gossip reporter Jackie Piriko.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Jackie. Thanks for joining us.
It's so easy to join you. It's my pleasure, honestly.
It's so easy to fall in love. It's so easy to fall in love. Anyway.
I was hoping there'd be more songs immediately.
And keep singing. Our guest wants to be entertained.
Okay, first of all, the thing I got to get off my chest off the top here, and this is going to sound critical, but please don't take it like that, okay? Michael, I have that same wreath, and yours is upside down.
Oh!
What? But the bow,
Scott?
That bow is meant to be hanging at the top, down the center of the wreath.
Are you sure that this isn't just a preference thing, like how some people put the toilet paper under and some people have it over?
Don't get me started on that, because I don't agree with most of the world about that toilet paper thing.
Michael is getting up and he's flipping his wreath around and it's flopped over.
Well, you know what? It is interpretive.
Crappy
Wreaths
wall.
are interpretive.
Yeah, there we go.
But it's great to be here. I have been really busy.
Yeah, so you're always, you're breaking stories about, scandals and all sorts of nasty things happening up north.
Yeah, well, I started out with Us Weekly in LA. Like, that's where I got my start, right in the thick of it.
Yeah.
LA, California?
LA, California.
Whoa.
For Us Weekly, the magazine at Zayre's.
Yeah.
Okay.
The famous supermarket tabloid. And what happened that you got the transfer to the North Pole?
I just had some trouble in the town. You know, you get trouble in the town. Like, have you ever heard the duet of Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty? Stop Driving My Heart Around.
Mm-hmm.
And in the song, he shows up at her door and she's like, so you had a little trouble in the town. That's basically all you need to know. I had some issues.
Fair. And great voice herself.
Oh, I can hardly hear myself. That was just... That's all you got to know about me. Look, maybe I was kind of ingratiating myself into my stories. And it upset some people.
You were almost becoming the story instead of just reporting on it. From the backseat, like almost like that journalist and the what's his name, the tech guy, the tech bro that just was in the news this weekend.
Martin Shkreli.
Shkreli.
Yeah.
Skrillex.
Martin
Skrillex.
Like
a dead Santa.
Skrillex.
Yeah, I was kind of manipulating events to get like cheating scandal stories and whatever.
Right.
In the North Pole.
No, in LA, and that's why I got kicked out. I got reassigned.
Okay.
But yeah, so now I'm the only disgraced Us Weekly reporter in the North Pole. So I have the whole scoop. I have like full access. There's nobody competing with me for the scoop.
Now, I'm trying to put myself in I guess if you're in the North Pole boots, and I'm thinking if I go from, LA itself, Hollywood, and I'm exiled way to the North Pole, I'm thinking there's going to be no scandals, no juicy gossip up here because everyone gets along in Santa's workshop. Santa and his wife, they're solid as a rock, ho hum.
That's what they want you to think.
What?
Yeah. So obviously Santa and Mrs. Claus seem like the couple, right? Like their relationship goals. They've been together
of
forever.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. What are the other ones? Goldie and Kurt Russell.
Yes, who have a cottage in Muskoka. Apparently.
Yeah, but they're not even married.
What?
Yeah, they're not. They never got married.
Yeah, they don't believe in a piece of paper, man.
No, man. But Mrs. Claus and Santa do. So Santa and Mrs. Claus, or like as they're known up there, slaws, like Brangelina kind of thing, slaws.
Whoa.
And so, get this, Trouble in Paradise.
What happened?
They're not even living together.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it looks like they are in PR photos. Like you see pictures of them. Oh, that's phony. That's fake. That's all bullshit for the cameras. He's not even living there. Okay, so what happened is he's CEO, right, of Christmas. But that's just a placeholder. Like that's nothing. That gig is nothing. So I've heard that during the year, he's bored out of his mind. He takes a side gig where he's shuttling prisoners from Sing Sing to and from the workshop because they've got like a work release program.
What?
And doing that, he gets in with the wrong crowd. He's out all hours of the night, which sometimes up there is 24 hours a day is nighttime.
Good point.
And he's off the rails. He's surrounded by strippers and criminals. And Mrs. Claus was having none of it. He's kicked out.
Wow. So
is Sing Sing in New York?
Yeah.
It's just a thing people always say in movies, and you go, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
is Sing
Sing. Yeah, he's up at Sing Sing.
What does that mean? That's the name of a jail?
That's the name of a jail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the digression.
And there's a work release.
It's quite a distance, but Mrs. Claus just sort of like kicked his ass to the curb.
Oh yeah,
wow.
Yeah. And then from there he really spiraled after that. He's thin as a rail.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that from maybe hitting the snow a bit too much, if you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you name it. And it's really good up there.
really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like hardly hungover.
Really?
Wow.
Holy shit.
I mean, my sources tell me that.
Right. So you're saying he's spending time then, now that he's out of the house, he's spending time with at strip clubs and drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, he's in the darkest corners of the pole at all times. And what's more is that his sleigh was spotted at an auto body shop and it looks like a DUI crack up.
Whoa.
And he was recently pictured in the back of Mrs. Claus's sleigh, and she's taken him to rehab, and she got him fast food on the way there.
Wow. What does he eat?
And he's smoking butts too.
So this is like, can I just say something? Everything you're telling me is making me mad because I associate Santa Claus with family, holidays, with Christmas. He's like every child's icon. You know what I mean?
And it's shocking, isn't it? It's shocking when you see someone so good all of a sudden. But that's the pressure. That's where the pressure boils over. Not unlike recent headlines, John Mulaney.
Exactly. What great point. Mike, I think the problem with guys like you is you put guys like Santa on a pedestal. Like, oh, you're perfect. Oh, you're going to give me a present and kiss me on the head when I go to bed and tuck me in. That guy's getting laid. That guy's doing drugs. That guy has the same primal urges of Mickey Rourke.
Does he ever have those primal urges? My sources tell me.
Can I ask you? So, James, you just made an assumption. You said that Santa's getting laid. Jackie, so far you haven't said that. Is he getting laid out of like crazy?
Oh, he is. He's getting laid like every night, and probably later tonight too.
With the same partner, at least.
Yeah, always the exact same girl every night. He's not sleeping around on her.
Okay.
Is
that bad to be doing that through 2 nights before Christmas Eve when he's got a lot going on?
Yes, because they do say with the annual Christmas present run, it is like boxing or like any kind of sport. You're supposed to like not do it beforehand.
Yeah, but he's doing it. He's gonna have no what's the right metaphor? Or no, he's gonna have no gas in the tank, if you know what I mean.
That's right.
So what you're saying is that for him to do a good job delivering all those toys around the world, he needs to have all of his sperm inside of him, and he's just sort of, it's all dissipating.
That would be ideal, but like I'm saying, he's rebelling right now, so who knows what he's going to be up to. I don't know. I've gotten to know him pretty well over this assignment.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did you like as you gotten to know him? Do you like him as a guy? Do you think he's a nice guy? Or
he's great. He's great. He's misunderstood. And he's mean to me, which is like makes me like him even more.
He's mean to you.
He's really withholding, like affectionate, like affectionately. He's withholding and kind of mentally manipulative, which is like hubba. That's my type.
Really,
but it doesn't matter what I think. I'm not involved.
Yeah, right. But you're attracted to him because he treats you badly. That's very interesting. Yeah.
No, I totally get that. I mean, that's always my MO when I'm interested in someone. I start making plans like, okay, how can I be a bit, sort of be a jerk?
Yes.
Set the stage.
Like Santa's definitely read the game.
Yeah.
Really?
Right.
And that's what I look for in a guy. I look for, like, one of my main things is that I look for in a guy is a guy that's read the game.
Right. Well, that puts you in a very unique category among women, I think. So you've got all those boys to yourself almost, you know?
That's how I like it.
But this is Mike's issue. If Mike found a woman interesting, he'd be like, excuse me, miss, would you allow me to take thy hand for a dance or something?
Oh,
and she'd go like, no, thanks.
Yeah, she'd be like, I'd rather take the hand of the guy who wouldn't commit to giving me his hand in a million years.
Well said. Well said.
Unbelievable.
You've got to get with the program. You got to learn these things.
Fine, maybe I'll shadow Santa and learn how to be a son of a bitch.
You should.
So, Jackie, you're spending time with him. Have you gotten into his brain by talking to him, asking him what is what is the cause of all this behavior? What's why his relationship with Mrs. C didn't work out?
Well, I'll tell you this: there was a lot of pressure for them too, coming from her end to have a baby.
Oh yeah, been there, done that. Bought the T-shirt,
and he wasn't into it.
It was just one of those things where it becomes so much pressure that it just is. It drives them. It drives you apart.
Yeah.
Right.
And so obviously, yes, the age thing with her, but being up there so high and up in the you're in the Arctic, your eggs are always frozen, so it's not an issue.
Right. So it is her. Like she wasn't able to conceive. Like we don't know if his sperm is the problem or not. Like,
well, I don't know. I didn't get into it with them. I didn't get into it.
I'm sorry. I keep talking about Santa's sperm.
Yeah,
you're really focused on one topic voter here, Mike.
You'd think that I'd be the one most fixated on that of the three of us, but you're really taking the lead.
Why is that? Oh, because you're the gossip.
Oh, the correspondent. That's why. That's all.
Right. So when's the last time you saw the big guy or the small guy? It sounds like.
Really early this morning.
Huh.
Just getting journalism, doing journalism.
And what's the latest, I guess? What's
Well, she's asking him to come back, I think. And he's never going to. He's gonna leave her.
Well, hold on. Wouldn't it the smart thing be for him to go back to a stable relationship and
No, that's boring.
I get that. I'm completely on board with that. Yeah. Stable is.
I'll tell you something that's the difference between her and I, okay? She looks like she's always got food in the fridge, whereas me, usually I just have a couple bottles of champagne and an orange. Do you know what that's from? It's from the movie Disclosure.
Oh, with Michael Douglas and Demi Moore.
Yeah.
The Michael Crichton adaptation.
I knew Well, if the woman that Santa is cheating with is watching or listening right now, I'd like to just send her a message. Do the right thing and let Santa return where he belongs. Make Christmas what it used to be. Let's have, think of the children of the world instead of just yourself,
Well, I'll pass that along. Lame.
Very good. Well, Michael, should we now that we've had this scoop, should we add another person to the mix here? How are you feeling?
Jackie, do you mind hanging out with our second guest?
I would love to. I'll take a back seat. I'd love to hang out.
Please chime in. Please continue to help us out here. Does that make sense, Mike? We'll bring our other guest in.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. In fact, I love it.
Oh, I love it too. Well, why don't you go ahead? You're the intro king. Why don't you bring him in?
You're really putting me on the spot here.
Well, you're good at it. You are good at it.
I feel like Johnny Gilbert, the announcer for Jeopardy, who I believe is 95 years old.
Wow.
Our next guest is, I don't really know too much about him. We just got a name through the booking agent. Mm-hmm. His name apparently is Sadta. So it's not Santa, it's Sadta.
Okay.
Is that no?
I spoke to him earlier, and I'm not sure he's going by that alias, but why don't we introduce him and find out? You might be right.
That's why I thought maybe you could.
Oh, right. I screwed up then.
Hey.
Hi, sir. Would you please welcome to the Landlord Tenant Podcast Christmas Spectacular 2020, the best year there's probably ever been. I'm James. This is Tenant Mike, and we've got the fantastic Jackie there. Could you tell us your name and what the heck it is you do and what brings you here? We're thrilled to have you.
Landlord and Tenant.
Yes.
Landlord and Tenant.
Okay, we got a listener on our hands.
Yeah, and a singer.
I just heard it at the beginning of this thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's good.
Thanks. Well, Mike.
Who does it? Who has the nice voice?
We harmonized on that. So it was both of us.
I love when you guys harmonize. You know that about me. I love that.
Wow.
Well, thanks, Jackie.
Did you notice how I sang it like two people were harmonizing?
Yeah. How did you throw your voice like that?
I split the cords in my neck.
Holy shit.
Now, we got a comment here from Adrian saying that this is a real Carl Sagan vibe from you, sir. And I couldn't agree more. You're wearing a suit, a blazer, I guess you'd say, and a mock turtleneck.
Yeah.
I love this look.
Well, I love the universe, and I think that capitalism and greed is screwing up the important things like space exploration and all that crap. Plus, I did acid. I guess I can relate to that guy.
Cool.
Right.
So what's your name?
What's up? What's your name?
Well, I'm Mike. That's Jackie in the red dress, and James is the fellow with the beard above you. It's like Hollywood Squares almost.
Yeah, what's
your name though, man?
I am going by Sadta, but people call me Sadta because of what I do for the holiday season. I do a charity thing, but my real name is not Sadta. Obviously, people just call me Sadta.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say we've got a comment here suggesting that you might be Elon Musk. Now I don't think you are, but
yeah, are you? Because you look a little different.
I'm not Elon Musk. That guy's stupid.
Oh, what wine is Jackie drinking?
This is my favorite wine ever. It's my favorite wine to drink. Late Autumn Riesling. I love a nice VQA, and I love this one.
Very good.
All right.
Very good. And
Jackie, I'm drinking rum.
Oh yeah, you're drinking rum and lime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, sir,
we met in the green room.
Is it dark rum or white rum?
Spiced rum.
Hell yeah, because it's Christmas.
Sailor Jerry. In fact, it's funny that drinking came up. That's kind of one of the charity I do.
Yeah, we got to learn. So, what is it you do, sir?
Well, I am a kind man. So what I do is each Christmas season, what I do, I go around and I meet up with other men who are divorced and maybe possibly having difficulty getting visitation rights for their children, and then I have a drink with them.
Oh.
Isn't that nice of me?
Yeah. So, sorry. So, is this like your job or like a business or a charity or?
No, it's a charity. The charity is you got a drinking buddy on Christmas. Don't worry about it, buddy.
And do these unfortunate men, do they know you're coming to visit them?
They do. Everybody knows that my DMs on Twitter are open. If you send me a message and saying really not feeling well now, bro, then and you get a double click hard on it. That means I'm coming by.
So, are you basically really busy all of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day because you have like so many men to go meet and drink with?
Some men I don't see, and they usually commit suicide.
I was just gonna ask that if you've ever met a guy who's not home, and then he's on the bridge like Jimmy Stewart.
The problem with my job that I created myself is if I'm driving to another guy's house and I see you on the bridge, I gotta keep my appointments and make it to the other guy's house. So whatever you choose to do on that bridge is, I'm not like these lockdown, wear a mask all the time rules mavens too, right. You can do what you want. If you're on a bridge and you want to jump into the most jagged icicle you've ever seen down on that raging river, hey, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see you making the freedom of your own choice.
Live freely, yeah.
Yeah, live free or die. That's how I
like be exempt and live free.
Yeah, be exempt. That's my motto. Be exempt, everybody.
Sir,
but if you're a sad man and you have a living room with an extra chair and maybe a bottle of rum, then I will come by and I will cheer you up, and that is my charity for you on Christmas.
Sir, do you only just do you stop by for one
this
drink?
Man, wait, Michael Mondradio. What is he saying? What are your special distancing policies for these visits?
Like social distancing.
Social, yeah.
I hug the men. I kiss them on the forehead. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to not touch?
It's COVID, so you're not supposed to come within 6 feet. You're supposed to wear a mask.
Yeah,
COVID has less than 1% people have COVID. It's a lie.
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and even if it wasn't a lie, you can, if you're alone, you're allowed to buddy up with one household. So all these sad men are buddying up with you.
Now it sounds though, if you're
I
going
trust
from
these
house to
guys,
house-
and I take a test every night.
But on an average night, how many houses do you visit? I'm just gonna crunch the numbers here.
How many houses does Santa visit? You know, it's
Well, Bill,
Jackie, you would know that. How many?
Well, he's been visiting one more frequently recently.
yeah. Sounds like Jackie really knows it.
Well, she's a reporter who is on the beat of the North Pole.
Michael, are you a goddamn daft fool? This woman that you've been talking to is sleeping with fucking drug addict Santa Claus.
I only sleep with drug addicts. So it just happens that Santa is one, and now what am I supposed to do? Go against the grain and not sleep with a drug addict?
Oh
I
God!
get it. I get it.
That's why you made that comment when I mentioned Santa's sperm again.
Santa looked at her and said, "Jackie, with your nose so bright, won't you let me come over tonight?"
That's pretty good.
I was on the edge of my seat there.
I really pulled back on that one.
Sir, what even is your damn name?
My real name is Andres Parmlord. I don't know what that means. Maybe in the past my relatives were good at making Parmesan cheese. I don't know, you know.
So you're maybe Italian.
Maybe.
Sounds like it.
You didn't mention that you were Italian at the start of the segment, sir.
Well, to be honest, my mother slept with 1 million men, and her mother slept with 1 million men. There's no.
But why does your grandma being slutty have to do with you not knowing? Oh yeah, because it would be your grandpa.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Freddy Krueger, whose origin story was that his mom got with 1 million maniacs or something. I don't remember.
What is that?
Is that true?
Yeah,
That's-
Freddy Krueger's mom.
Honestly, James, that's not the first time anybody's said that. My my origin story is not unlike Freddy Krueger's mother's unfortunate incident in the mental asylum where all of the lunatics had their way with her. Yes, that's right.
Oh God. Awful.
Wait, what was she
Sorry,
doing
what
in the
that
mental asylum?
No, well, I don't know. That's Freddy Krueger's mom was there as a nun, and they grabbed her, and then that was it. She got locked in there with them. I'm a huge fan of the series.
I actually did not know his origin story until now. It's horrifying.
It is. I mean, the guy is not.
Merry Christmas!
Do you do a Freddy Krueger, sir?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah.
But how does
I
that-
do anything. Yeah, I go to these houses to cheer these men up. Most of them, I got to admit, are friends I've had from a long time ago. But if they need cheering up, I do anything they ask. If you need cheering up, I could do an impression of Freddy Krueger, no problem. I've seen them all.
Can I ask? Have you ever saved someone from making a horrible decision by arriving just at the right moment,
Yes.
dressed up like Freddy Krueger?
100%. No, not dressed like Freddy Krueger, but I have saved a horrible. Well, my friend Tony was about to jab a butcher knife into his stomach when I showed up. And I said, "Give me that knife, Tony, you damn fool." And then I cut him a beautiful slice of smoked Gouda that I brought myself, and I put it on a water cracker, poppy seed garlic flavor. And I said, "Put this in your stomach instead, Tony." And well, how do you kill yourself after tasting a taste sensation like that? Fucking idiot.
Was it a Cars water table cracker?
You know it. Car. My two favorite things in the world: car water crackers and espionage novels by Jean Le Carré.
Oh,
There you
may he
go.
rest in peace. We lost.
Oh
him.
shit! Really?
Just want to mention
Sure.
we got a comment from Tina Whitecastle saying that there you go. Freddie Krueger's mom was a nun, and he was the bastard of 100 maniacs.
I
And
kind of said
I'm
that,
sorry for bringing
Tina.
that up.
That's
because
where the
it's
band
a
got its
thing
name.
to raise, but it's a live podcast, and things are
That
gonna
is
happen.
so fake because a baby's only made out of one guy's sperm. I know
Well,
that.
In this instance,
Yeah, but whose
it's
sperm?
100.
There's so much sperm in there, you'll never know.
Only cats can have different dads' babies in their belly at once.
Really?
Really?
Is this something you tell Santa Claus in the wee hours of the night?
Yeah, we do a lot of talking.
All right.
So
I could cheer you up. Anyone give it to me. I'm an
I have a
expert at
question about
making you
your
not kill
business.
yourself on Christmas.
How did you come up with this enterprise? Did you once need cheering up from someone?
Yes, I did actually. I'm a divorced man, and I haven't seen my kids in 28 years, and it's fine. I'm sure they're doing fine because I have this thing where I get a sensation in my knee every time it rains, and I think that is also a sensation that means my childs are doing fine. The thing is years ago I was about to kill myself. I tied a noose around an old barn stable log, and I was like, that's it, Andres, you're toast. There's nothing here for you. And then all of a sudden the barn doors burst open. It's pouring rain out, and this beautiful Swedish milkmaid comes in with the low-cut busty top, like a bustier, almost like a Swedish milkmaid costume. And she starts laughing at me sitting there with the noose over my neck. And
Oh no. That's every
Well,
can I just
yeah.
say that's every guy's nightmare, right? That scenario.
yeah, well, it killed my erection from just being strangled. But then when she came closer and I saw her in the torchlight that I had there, my erection arose again because she was beautiful. And so anyways, she got me down from there, and she talked some sense into me. If you consider spending weeks on end in a motel outside of Lethbridge, talking sense. And yeah, we went hiking in Algonquin Park once. But anyways, the thing is we made so much love that I kind of forgot about it, and I thought she's right. So really, I have to say that Martha, if anything, I stole your idea basically because she kind of saved my life.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Yeah, she had really big boobs.
Yeah, milkmaid.
That's what I'm
Hey,
talking
Jackie,
about.
Can I ask you, because our guest here, Andres, keeps he's just told us the story of his from his past, and he mentioned he has kids.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to answer it if it's too personal, but do you have kids? Have you ever been married or?
No. My life's been my work for Us Weekly. It's just been Us Weekly, Us Weekly, Us Weekly. I don't have time.
Right.
I have
Can
to
you see
get
yourself?
in that magazine. I have to get my story in that magazine so people at Zayres will buy it and see me, my story.
Right.
is Us Magazine only available at Zayres?
Us Weekly, yeah. I think it's only available at Zayres when you're with your mom in the checkout and you look at it.
Yeah.
Sir,
No, I'm a spinster, I guess. I'm having fun. Champagne
love it.
and oranges. That's all that's in my fridge.
I love it.
if you guys are
Listen
both,
to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Go on.
What?
Listen to this. You're gonna love it.
We're waiting.
Listen to this. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
Okay.
One of my poor sap of a friends that I visit on Christmas and have a nice cocktail with,
Uh-huh.
we're starting our own comic book.
Okay.
Really?
Oh, like a graphic novel? Or
There's graphics in it, yeah.
oh yeah.
What's the comic book called?
Well, it's about a boy named Dennis, and he's a jerk.
Oh, hold on. That sounds familiar.
sir.
What do you mean?
I
There-
feel like
does he-
I've seen that before.
Does he?
What do you mean?
Maybe live next door to an old man who's his rival, and I don't know. Does he have a skateboard and a slingshot? I mean, come on.
No, he lives next door to an old busty Swedish milkmaid.
Do you know why they're so busty? Oh wait, no.
Milk.
It's barmaids. It's barmaidens that are busty because they crank the tap for the beer.
Yeah. So
and
their
they get
pecs
one big
grow-
boob.
Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah.
Does one boob suck?
Yeah, like one boob is absolute shit and stuff.
Yeah.
And the other one is this magnificent, hard as a rock, like muscular mountain. And the other one's like a deflated.
They go like this. They go, mind your P's and Q's, governor.
Yeah.
One of my tits is shit.
Yeah.
I can see why.
So
Chad
the
man
Dennis
loves
Dennis Dennis really bugs this old Swedish busty milkmaid.
Right. Does she take revenge on him, or does she seduce him? I mean, he's clearly a boy, but
Yeah,
She-
what the hell, Mike?
I retract the question. I retract it.
Time.
Retract that question. She kisses him all over the face and leaves lipstick marks, and he goes, Get out of here.
I'm not turned on at all.
No, Dennis, he doesn't know yet how good that is.
So Andre,
The reader does, and that's what's troubling.
so Andreas, you're working on this comic book. You're helping men. What else do you have, like hobbies? Is there, what do you do when you're not working?
Well, I go and see about around basically the 12 days of Christmas. I see about maybe 5 or 6 lonely divorced men per night. Have a few drinks with each of them. Talk shop, and after that, in the wee hours of the morning when it's time for me to go home and I've done my charity duty, I like to drive cars very fast.
Cool.
Okay.
I love fast cars. I love the driving with the dusk. The sun isn't even up yet. That kind of purpley blue sky. And
Magic hour.
yeah, she knows. Yeah.
But do you drive it in a way that, like in the movies, when people just kind of have a death wish and they're like, and they're doing it because part of them wants to die?
I think that maybe unconscious there is something to it. I am aware of that. I have read Jungian philosophies, and I am familiar with Freud's death drive. But also, I also think that I crank the windows. I have a I have a sunroof, and the wind blows through my hair, and there's also something about that feeling. And nobody's on the road. I'm drunk as hell. And there's that feeling of pure freedom, like I started talking about freedom, right? That's what we're all supposedly fighting for, freedom of choice,
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's something about that. I have hit people, and I've hit animals, and I've hit things.
Not animals.
Yes. What's your favorite animal?
Well, it depends. Like, you mean wild pets or inside pets?
Inside, wild, you name it. I've
Well,
hit
my
it.
favorite wild pet is a fox.
Right.
Oh.
Great. Fox, Halliburton, just outside of Halliburton. Give me another one. Give me another one.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog, Peterborough.
Oh,
Yeah,
Moose?
just leaving Peterborough after having a Denny's Grand Slam.
This is a terrible list already, and it's only been 2.
Well, why don't you write about it in one of your salacious tabloid articles?
Because it doesn't have the element of sex. That's what sells. That's what sells these magazines off the rack is sex. No one yes, people care about illegal things, but
Well, what if I sent you a picture of my abs after?
oh my god, sorry to detract here, but one of those Santas was so hot.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
The dead one. Yes. Yeah.
I forget his name, but yeah, one of them was very photogenic. No doubt about it.
I have the
guys-
same body as that man, and he's dead, and I'm alive. So what?
We have a question here. What do you listen to when you're speeding around town? Yeah, what music do you listen to when you're doing your late night drunken drives?
Primus.
Cool.
That's good driving music. Some people say it's, Springsteen, but I disagree.
I listened to Jerry Was a Race Car Driver on loop. So I get in there, I'm tipsy as hell. It's like 4:30 a.m. The sun's not up, like I said. You got a nice blue, like kind of purpley blue tint. The sun's around the corner, but it's not there yet. It's still in Newfoundland or something, bathing the cast of 22 Minutes in light as they pour their first cup of coffee. And I turn the key in my Ferrari, start it up, and then the track starts playing. And then I take off fast, and I hit animals. I make early newspaper men drive out of the way. Milk delivery men drive out of the way. You name it.
It's like it's like the opening of a movie.
Yeah, but know what's gonna happen to you one of these days is if it's like a movie, like you said, Mike, you're gonna crash and a scary big lady is gonna find you and have you prisoner in her cabin because she loves you so bad.
That's one of the hottest movies I've ever seen.
It is a bit of a hot, sexy premise.
Wait, what
I'm
movie?
telling you, if the lady from Misery, who's
Misery.
Kathy Bates, who's like, God, I got a picture of Kathy Bates up in my locker. I have a locker in my house.
She has milkmaid qualities.
She has milkmaid qualities, barmaid, everything. And when she takes that sledgehammer and literally turns his feet around,
Spoiler
with
alert.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be like, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My lieutenant goes like this. And I gotta say, if someone trapped me and tied me to the bed and smashed my ankles to bits like that, I would say, marry me, you damn fool.
Well said. Well, we're almost at the end of our show here, and I was thinking maybe as a holiday treat, we could very quickly go around the square, and as a climax to the episode, we could all just say what our favorite Christmas dinner food is, and we could start with you, Jackie.
Okay. This is gonna make me sound so like trashy, like white trash. But I love Stouffer's. Like my mom will make the normal stuffing that's stuffed inside the turkey. That's fine. That's good. But I love fake like box stuffing from a box.
Box stuffing.
Yeah, like I think it's tastier than the stuffing that's inside up the bird.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. Regular stuffing. You're just sticking some bread up its ass.
Yeah, but the Stouffer's stovetop stuffing, like it's so something about it is just so nostalgic, and you can get it all year round, and it takes literally 30 seconds to make on the stove.
Wow,
and it's ass free, so
ass free.
Perfect.
It never touched the inside of an anal cavity.
How about you, sir? What's your favorite Christmas food?
I'm gonna drive up to the North Pole so fast and hang out with you and Santa.
Actually, we've been thinking about a third person interview.
Well,
interesting.
Put the timer on. You won't believe how fast I can get there, especially after a few rum and limes.
James, how about you?
My favorite Christmas holiday food has got to be fondue.
You seem like a fondue guy.
I dip everything in cheese. You want to hear something scary one time, though? I brought a fondue kit over to a man's house that he wasn't an old friend of mine, but he sent me a DM on Twitter saying, "Is it true that you cheer people up? And on Christmas when they're newly divorced and sad as hell?" And I said, yeah. So I said, how do you feel about fondue? Anyways, you could connect the dots. I go over there. I bring my fondue kit, warm it up. I've got molten cheese all ready to go. I got like a nice sourdough loaf ripped to pieces, like as if you're going to feed a bird, but you're not going to feed a bird. You're going to feed us. We're going to stab the pieces. You know how fondue goes. Anyways, we're watching the first season of Game of Thrones, and it's got that guy, that scrawny guy with the long blonde hair, and he's going on and on and on, like, I want a gold crown, Count Drogo. You owe me a gold crown. Does anyone remember this from Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I do.
So Count Drogo, what does he do? He picks up the giant cauldron of gold and pours the molten gold all over the guy's head, and he melts and screams and dies right there in front of Khaleesi, who's beautiful, you know. And that was freaky. Well, anyways, this newfound buddy that I'm doing my charity service with, you know, we've had a few Coronas, and the fondue's ready to go. And he goes, "Hey, I'm going to give you a crown of gold." And I go, "Haha, yeah, sure, buddy. Anything to keep you on this planet Earth for one more night, you fucking depressed nut, you know." And he picks up the molten hot fondue cheese and pours it all over my head and burns my goddamn scalp, and that's why my scalp looks like what you see today. Look at that.
No way. That's why.
That's my origin story for that. Yeah.
That's Trump's Batman, Joker, Two-Face.
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
My turn, Mike?
Fondue crown. Sorry about that story. I went a little bit long, but
it explains.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, what do you like? Cranberry sauce or something? All right.
I was gonna say gravy.
Now, does gravy also come from inside of the anus of the turkey? Or
I think it
is
comes
that-
from around the body, which technically the anus is part of it.
Yes.
Like it's the
All right.
drippings from the pan mixed with a whisk by your mom mixed with flour.
Yeah.
So, James, you love a discharge. Okay, interesting. Me, I love just a nice corn niblets.
What?
Yeah.
You seem like a niblet man.
Like from a can or frozen? Because that's gonna make it or break it for me.
A nice fresh can of corn niblets that you pour out on the plate, and it has the corn juice is included.
You don't put the juice in the sink, huh?
No way. It's the best. That's where all the nutrients are, and tastes good. And you don't even warm it up. You just have it room temperature.
So obviously not creamed. You're talking nibs.
No. What is cream corn with dairy in it, or is
No,
it?
I think is cream corn like an indigenous comes from an indigenous recipe. I think, or it's like that's where it comes from. I think. I
Okay,
as
I
a
didn't
child loved cream corn. There's no dairy in it. It's just corn that's like.
Okay, because I was picturing like a can of corn kernels, and you just dump some butter and milk in it and mix it
But
up.
that would be good too because I love tons of butter on a corn cob.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Well, if the four of us have Christmas Eve together in the North Pole, we're not going to have a lot of a substantial meal here. Just kind of
Stuffing, corn, gravy, and what was yours?
cheese fondue.
Fondue. Fondue.
Fondue.
Goo supper.
We need someone to get a. Can you get your scrawny little crack smoking Santa to buy a dirt bird or what?
Oh yeah, he can source a bird. That's for sure.
Did the elves make them or?
No, it would just be a butterball.
Oh, I get it. You mean he can source a bird like out of his big red pants?
I don't think that's what she meant.
Oh, well, that's my apologies. I didn't.
So Michael, you know,
Wait, we didn't.
Your eyes open?
me?
No,
Chris is. Yeah.
Not really, to be honest.
Podcast, Andre,
I ate about.
shut up.
I ate about 4 watermelon gummies with 10 milligrams THC each.
Oh wow.
They
Hello?
taste well. One was grape.
And then you're hungry.
And great.
to eat more.
This is
Yeah,
gonna be
I
like
just eat weed gummies like a regular sack of gummies from the corner store.
this is going to be like when Crispin Glover was on Letterman. You know, this is going to be an iconic appearance where Dr. Andreas Parman had too many gummies.
I like that you
Yeah.
think I'm a doctor.
I
Who you were?
doctor from the jacket and
Yeah, Dr. Jacket.
I just want to say something. When Crispin Glover did the faux karate kick right by David Letterman's face, it was kind of embarrassing for Crispin. It didn't look good for him, and David
No.
Letterman continued to embarrass him for the rest of whenever he would mention it. So are you saying that I'm embarrassing myself right now?
No. I just meant it's a wild interview that people are going to be talking about at the water cooler. Probably.
We've
For a
had
while.
2 blockbuster interviews.
So then I would say that this is
Yeah.
more like when Dino showed up unannounced on Carson and just kind of had fun.
Yeah.
With
sure.
old Blue Eyes. The two of them showed up.
Okay.
I'm Dino, and this lovely lady from the North Pole is old Blue Eyes, I'd say.
I'm honored.
I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more.
And you, James, you're Carson, obviously, because you're Wit, and Mike, you're obviously Ed McMahon because you have that stupid laugh.
Now, Mike, before we have to sign off here and say thank you to our 2 amazing guests, now we had a short little salute to 2020. Do we want to just maybe quickly do this before we say goodbye to everyone and our fantastic guests?
Sure, yeah. I think it'd be really fun if we do. And the thing is, it's because 2020 has been a bit of a real stinker, I guess is how most people would think of it. It's been a tough year, but even in its toughness and its tragedies, there have been some moments of beauty and light. And we thought it would be nice as we sign off to do a little salute to the nice parts of 2020.
Yes, absolutely. And why don't I go first? First of all, I'd like to salute sweatpants for being 2020's official uniform. Slay, King. I'd also like to salute Justin Trudeau's hunky beard. Memo to Aaron O'Toole. You might want to get on that.
Yes, he should. Then everyone would, the problem with that guy, Aaron O'Toole, he's 47 and he has a baby face. He just looks too young to be involved in politics.
You're right.
So if he grew a beard, maybe he would be taken more seriously. All right. I would like to salute the American people for voting Donald J. Trump out of office. Well done, folks. Also, I'd like to salute Cardi B for making the hit song Wet Ass Pussy. It injected some much-needed horny energy into a year that was a real turnoff, mostly because of all the deaths.
Okay. I'd like to salute...
That video is so sexy. They got those ladies. I watched it a lot.
Okay.
You can play videos in your car while you drive now because you get one of those things that you put on the dashboard that, what are those guys called? The free drivers that get paid shit. What are they called? Uber guys. You put the phone on the dashboard so you can see the map. They're always like, "Where's McDonald's again?" And you're like, "Oh." Anyways, you can put your phone there and watch the wet ass pussy video while you drive now.
Yeah.
Driver, do you mind if I watch WAP while we drive?
Some cars have screens on the back seat for kids, and you can just put the car in autopilot and get in the back seat and watch it there while it speeds itself around the road.
Or you could just pull the car over near the lake where there's not a lot of people parked and watch wet ass pussy in the backseat of your car by yourself for a long time.
I'm going to go to my next salute. I'd like to salute Tom Cruise for making yelling cool. Nice. And also Ted Cruz, whose decision to grow a beard made right-wing Christians weak at the knees. And I also just realized I had 2 in a row about beard.
Well, you're a bearded guy. You do beard comedy,
Yeah.
That's it.
I'd like to salute Sarah Cooper for helping us laugh again. I'd also like to salute the coronavirus for giving us some fun new words. I'm talking about words like COVIDiot, quarantine cutie, and there's even one that I made up myself, mascubate. That's one I made up.
I'd like to salute a few things.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, you were explaining mascubate?
Yeah. I'm not gonna explain it. It sort of explains itself.
Well, so what? It's just regular baiting with a mask on?
In a nutshell, yes.
Do you
because it kind of gives you the same thing as like
Do you put your penis you don't rub your penis in the mask?
No.
And then wear it afterwards?
No, that's disgusting. Come on. We're trying to have fun with saying goodbye to 2020 here, sir.
I'm trying to be serious. Well, I would like to salute people that like having sex, people that like being naked, rich people that have orgies, like the guy from Solid Shade of Grey or whatever it's called. That movie's called.
Oh my God, Jamie Dornan.
I love that guy. He's an inspiration to me.
I like him better as the killer from The Fall. He's cooler in that.
I saw that too.
I saw that too.
But he's not cool. He's horrific, but very.
It was cool.
It's hard though because he's sexy, so you're like.
I know.
You're like, I like this murderer that hurts everybody.
They get you right where they want you with him there.
Yeah.
What's the lady's name from Star Trek or X-Files?
Gillian Anderson.
Ooh, yeah. She wears these nice police blouses and goes, "Where is this damn guy?"
Yeah, and then when she's not doing that, she's sexy in her hotel room eating a big old burger.
Yeah, she's like,
ow, ow.
I think she has sex in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's basically.
Those guys are like, hold on. Those guys are like, these two need to stop this right now.
I haven't seen the Queen, but does she have sex as Margaret Thatcher in the Queen?
Come on.
Does she wear a low-cut blouse in the Queen?
I think she talks kind of the same, like,
Oh, don't let these poor people live in these houses anymore. Oops, a button broke.
She doesn't have sex as Margaret Thatcher, but she and Prince Charles sort of stare into each other's eyes while they sort of touch themselves.
So, Mike, we each have one more.
That's impossible.
Let's each pick one joke left.
Yeah. All right. I'd like to salute the
these were jokes.
vaccine for stopping God's evil plan to kill every living human. And I'd like to salute Dr. Fauci. No one has worn a pair of glasses like him since Weezer knocked our socks off with their self-titled 1994 debut album, affectionately known amongst fans as the Blue Album.
That's right. And as for my final salute to 2020, I'd like to salute Zoom for taking Skype's arrogant ass out behind the barn and fucking the heck out of it. I'd also like to salute sourdough bread. Can I get a yum?
Jackie, is it true what Dr. Fauci said about Santa Claus? Did he get the vaccine?
No. He's a staunch anti-vaxxer.
Nice. I like this guy. Santa Claus believes in
You
freedom.
would love him. Honestly, you guys would be like, you'd love him.
I'm getting in my Ferrari. I'm ready. I'm getting in my Ferrari right after this late night talk show is over.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Andreas Parmesan,
Parm Lord,
and Jackie Piriko.
Thank you so much for having me.
You guys have been great guests. Yes, please subscribe to Landlord and Tenant and join our Patreon. Michael, this has been great. And all the people who watched and commented, thank you, everybody. You can download this later to re-listen on Christmas Day.
And we'll have links to all of our guests' socials in the episode description, so don't worry.
And we'll get a link up for Dr. Andreas's OnlyFans account, which I think is
happy holidays. What's that?
Buy Us Weekly from there.
And buy Us Weekly.
And keep an eye out in your favorite comic book store for Dennis.
Will do.
Happy holidays, everybody, and
Thanks
keep
for
on
watching.
listening.
Oh.